Excuses, deflections pouring out of the Trump world since the Mar-a-Lago search, claiming that they would have happily handed over the documents if asked, basically saying that the FBI planted evidence, even claiming that the documents had already been declassified. But the shifting excuses show how worried the former president is. That's the question. So joining me now to discuss Donald Trump's former fixer, I know how you like that, Michael Cohen. He is now the host of the podcast Mea Culpa with Michael Cohen and author of the upcoming book Revenge, How Donald Trump Weaponized the U.S. Department of Justice Against His Critics. Michael, thank you.
Good to see you, Don.
It's good to see you.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Listen, I took what a week to take off, right? So the president and his allies are really flooding the zone with different explanations for why so many top secret documents were found at Mar-a-Lago. Is this the Trump playbook, overwhelm the story with distraction and deflection?
With Donald Trump, as I always call him, is Captain Chaos. It's to throw as much at the American public that he can in order to confuse them, because he truly believes that the American public has like a 2-day, maybe, if you're bright, a 3-day window of remembering what was going on. So he'll just keep flooding it. But that's not why Donald Trump is doing it. You're right. He's scared. He's scared of the documents that they now have, possession and control over, because this is documentary evidence. This is evidence that they can use against him.
You say that with the walls closing in around him, his next move is to find a scapegoat.
Yes.
Go on.
I believe that
because you were a scapegoat.
Absolutely. Yeah. And actually, that's something I talk about a lot in Revenge. It's a dissection from the beginning, the Steele dossier, all the way to the unconstitutional remand. And there's a lot that goes on in between. But I believe the next scapegoat is going to be Rudy Giuliani. I believe that, everybody likes a bargain, but Donald Trump really likes a bargain. And I believe that Rudy is like a BOGO, buy one, get one half off. They're going to throw him under the bus for Mar-a-Lago, and at the same time, they're going to throw him under the bus for Georgia, for the District Attorney Fani Willis's case in Georgia. They're just going to keep pointing the finger. It's Rudy. It's Rudy. Quite frankly, I had nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. It's Rudy. Yeah. Just ask Rudy.
So it's surprising it shouldn't be surprising to me, but to watch everyone make all these excuses for what happened, and even the former president, because some of these excuses are starting to muddy each other, right? It's like, wait a minute, didn't you just say that it was something else, and now you're saying it's something else, and someone is going on television, one of your people saying, oh, it's now this? Isn't the fact of the matter is that you did something wrong. You just don't pack 33 boxes of classified information by accident. That just doesn't happen.
No, but not only does that not happen, he already returned more than a dozen boxes, and they signed a document stating that there are no more boxes of information at Mar-a-Lago, which of course is yet another lie. But we're so numb to the lies that Donald has told us that no one's even thinking about, oh yeah, he just made another mistake. No, this is classified information documents, and he does not have the right to take it. And at the same time, he doesn't really have the right, he didn't have the right to possess them. And the real question that I constantly bring up is not what were the documents, it's why did he have them in the first place? And I believe it's a nefarious reason. I believe he was going to use it as a get-out-of-jail-free card to the government. You come after me, you put me in cuffs, you put me in a home confinement or incarceration, and one of my loyal supporters is going to release to the world where nuclear locations are.
That's speculation on your part.
It sure is.
But
I'm telling you from the playbook.
But you did say, right, that he wasn't going to leave and he was going to come up with excuses. You did predict a lot of this. So,
I sure did.
So in saying that, it's interesting because people really get upset with me when I say, of course, Donald Trump, and anyone should face consequences if they break the law, right? That no one is above the law. Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, said that as well. But our president's above the law. You can't put, you cannot put a former president in jail. You cannot put him in general population. You can't do it.
Well, I agree with you. And what I believe that they will do is that they will put him in a home confinement situation
that would be a possibility.
That is so severe that it will be, especially for him, it will be like solitary confinement.
Well, okay, again, you're speculating, but I'm saying it's tough to put a former president in jail considering what the former president knows. He knows about, the nuclear arsenal. He knows all kinds of information that's in those top secret files. that are in his place. So that
And
would
he
be
would
tough
sell,
to do that.
and he would sell it to anybody
Okay.
in prison for a bag of tuna.
Again, those are your words.
It is my word.
Okay, so listen. On the other hand, there's this New York Times reporting tonight that former Trump Organization CFO Alan Weisselberg is close to making a plea deal with the Manhattan prosecutor and could serve 5 months in prison. Now, listen, he's not expected to cooperate with any other investigation. Trump has been furious that you did not remain as loyal to him as he wanted you to, right? So, is it loyalty to the end? To what end? Here for Donald Trump?
Alan's demise as well. What bothers me is I got a sentence of 36 months. But then again, we're talking about the distinction between the Southern District of New York and the District Attorney's Office. The judges in the District Attorney's Office, they are very different than the judges at the Southern District, the federal court judges, in the fact that they really do get down into the mud with these plea deals. And for Alan to only end up with 5 months when the amount of money that he didn't pay taxes on was greater, in fact, than what I didn't pay. And on top of that, he refuses to cooperate. I provided over 800 hours of cooperation. In fact, I've opened up more than a dozen investigations.
Yeah. Two things. Why do people remain loyal to him to the end?
Because they're stupid. There's no other answer to that. They're stupid. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they're thinking what it is they're thinking, but they are, and they think he's going to come to the rescue at the end. No, that's not what happens. He points the finger and he says, it's Michael, it's Alan, it's Rudy. It's always somebody. He'll throw his own kids under the bus before himself.
Considering what you went through with the former president, do you believe presidents are above the law?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Thank you, Michael Cohen.